Hi, my name is Dr. Pat Taylor. I teach economics in the L School of Management here at Millsaps College.
What practices do you use while teaching a class with international students?
We've had the good luck of having several international students over the last years, particularly recently. And in any given class that I teach, and I teach principles of economics primarily and intermediate microeconomics, are the two basic classes that I teach, nearly every semester there are some international students. So what I try to do is find out where they're from, as I do with every student, and that allows me to try to customize some of the questions or examples for those students, or to ask them to add what they know about the particular topic from their experience from the economies in their home countries.
How are the internship opportunities for these students?
I do know that there have been international students who have had internships, and we have resources here at the college, Mrs. Mortimer and others who work with international students who become eligible to do internships while they're doing their undergraduate degrees or MBAs, and we've had international students in the MBA program as well, to help them find internship opportunities, which can be very valuable for any student, international or domestic.
What's your favorite class to teach and why?
I guess the class of mine that I like the most is intermediate microeconomics. Of the classes I teach regularly, that's a course that we offer every year in the spring, primarily for economics majors, but it's also an elective in the business program. The most fun class is probably sports business that I get to teach occasionally, which is an elective course.
I'm Emily Nicholson. I teach math at Millsaps College. I've worked here for about 10 years, and it's a great place.
International students come from different curriculums. How do you work with them to adjust to the new curriculum?
What I find in math is our international students are generally quite well prepared. They may have learned the content in a different order or something like that, but they almost always know everything that they need to know. So if anything, they bring a lot to the classroom. They may have looked at something from a different perspective that a student educated in the United States may have never seen before. So that can be really enriching for the whole class.
What are some research opportunities for these students?
So the math department actually has a fund that we use to pay students a stipend and pay for their summer housing so that they can participate in research with math faculty. And this is really advantageous because some of the other funding bodies, like the National Science Foundation, only fund U.S. citizens. So we can actually provide a research experience over the summer for our international students that is just like one of those experiences, but they would not otherwise have been eligible for that. So we're pretty excited to be able to do that.
Hey guys, I'm Dr. Sabrice Carrier in the biology department. Students call me Dr. G. And I've had really great experiences teaching international students here at Millsaps College. As I said, I teach biology, and I've really had an opportunity to interact with a number of international students, particularly in my Intro to Cell Biology class. And one of the things that I've really benefited from is sharing the experience of international students and being educated in other countries and learning about practices that I think could be effective in my classroom. Probably the most extensive experience I've had is teaching an international student here, Catherine Zhang, who came from Singapore. And I met Catherine when she was just visiting the college, and she actually sat in my class as a high school student and answered a bunch of questions. And so one of the things I've really appreciated is how much Catherine and other international students have really loved to participate in class, really love to engage me as a faculty member and talk about science inside and outside of the classroom, and just really enjoyed how curious lots of our international students are.
Hi, I'm Dr. Yates, and I am a professor here at Millsaps College. I teach Greek and Roman studies, which is basically most things ancient, and I also teach in the Our Human Heritage program. I wanted to say a little bit today about the role that international students play in the class discussion. Our Human Heritage is a large perspective look at human society, usually based on a certain theme. Right now we're doing something like identity and freedom. We've also done major turning points or the concept of power. And what we want to do is draw together a lot of different sources and threads from around the world. And it's really in this way that we find some of really great interactions with our international students, their contribution to the class, and their interaction with the domestic students as well. As we're looking around the world at different perspectives and different moments, it's really incredibly valuable not only to bring in perspectives from across the world that match the perspective of our sources, but to also be able to have those perspectives interact in our small group discussion sections. And it's really in that productive collaboration, conversation back and forth, that I find we get the most value for this class experience. Because it's both the international students and the domestic students who benefit the most, and honestly, me as well, from the perspective that our international students can shed and the kinds of new conclusions and thoughts that that come out of the conversation of our domestic and international students.
My name is Dr. Jason Carl Rosenberg. I am a professor of music, composition, and theory here at Millsaps College. I think having a diversity of perspectives is always good in a classroom. I think one of the great things that we learn through history is that knowledge develops through a conflict of viewpoints. If everyone thinks the same thing and has the same perspectives, the same backgrounds and vantage points, things get stale and boring. And the way that we grow is by having a mixture, a diversity of different inputs.